もう顔が見えてるのが恥ずかしい。
で、ちょっと逆に。
逆になるから。周りは、あれか、昼って言った時、昼間。まあ、場所によって全然違う。
一緒にやるから、昼間、ドイツ、オランダでしたら昼間。で、フィリピン大体多分同じか、ちょっと早い。夕方。で、アメリカだったら朝の1時とか。
おお。
今からも。
そんな時間ようあるな。朝の8時。そうか。
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Martin.
Hi. Hello. Hi, Anna.
Hello.
Moment we're having joining.
You have a clean background there in Spain.
Yeah, actually, I'm by the beach. I came to the south, so.
At the beach. You're in
Yeah.
Andalusia.
Yeah.
Ah. You're at the beach or near the beach?
Very, very close by the beach, close to Cadiz.
Oh,
okay. Cadiz, yeah.
No.
Oh.
Anna, where are you?
Close to Cadiz. Is close to Gibraltar.
Oh.
In the south. It's very wide, but it's the wall. It's just.
Oh, now we're talking. This is good.
Okay, so hello everyone. Can all of you hear us? We have, I think, now 4 of you joining. One more person should be coming, so maybe they will join later. But since it's time already, I think we can start. And I just want to say hello to everyone. And some of you we met before, of course, but I think some of you we are meeting for the first time. So very happy to see you and thank you for joining us. And today we have an exciting event. So we have a tea farmer with us, Kenta-san, who will be introducing some of his teas. And I hope the tea has arrived already to your home so you can try it together with us. If it hasn't made it yet, really sorry about it. Hopefully you can try it soon. But yes, so anyway, so thank you for joining us. This is our third event, Meet the Tea Farmer, and we try to hold them monthly to introduce tea farmers from around Japan. So today, we would like to introduce Kenta-san. 少し自己紹介。
日本語で。
日本語で訳します。
何言うてんのかな。まあ、日本で、お茶作ってます。
I'm making tea in Japan.
で、僕がお茶作り始めて、約20年。
So from when I started making tea, it's already about 20 years.
で、主に、煎茶と、まあ今準備してある玉露とちょっと天茶で抹茶作ってます。
And the main tea I'm making, Kenta-san is making is sencha and gyokuro that you also should have, and he's also starting to make some tencha.
Yeah, that's okay.
So I think before we jump into the teas, it would also be very nice to hear from all of you. Today we want to have a relaxed time, so please jump in with your questions at any time. And yeah, we can go around. So we would like to get to know you. And how about Anna, Mindful Teas?
Hello. Well, I know you are ready. And I know Martin. I don't know the other 2 people that joined. So my name is Anna, and I'm the other co-founder of the Global Japanese Tea Association. I joined today a bit last minute, even if I don't have the teas, but I jumped in a bit last minute. And I remember I met Kenta-san while living in Wasuka when they were doing some hand rolling tea event.
そうキャマ
And
本当に見に来てくれた。
そう、全然知らなかっ
I forgot a little bit. Kenta sensei.
た。そっか。
When was it, Anna? Do you remember what season?
it was 4 years ago. It was in spring
春の時。
when the Wasuka Tatsumi, the first tea.
4年前。
覚えてないな。
A little bit short memory. Kenta sensei.
お茶しか
Like he only is looking at the teeth, not at the pieces.
Photos. So
そっか
Okay.
来てくれた。
Thank you for coming, Anna. Kenta sensei. Okay, and how about Martin?
Sorry, I'm in the office, so I might have to drop out from time to time. But,
We're just
sorry,
going
what-
around with introductions to get to know each other because we have some new people joining. So
oh yeah, okay.
a brief
yeah, yeah.
introduction and
Okay, sure. So I'm Martin. I'm in the Netherlands. I'm Dutch, or originally Dutch, and I'm actually living in the Netherlands at the moment. So I'm at an office here in Rotterdam in the southwest. So I'm a planetary scientist as a profession. So planetary scientist, interdisciplinary scientist. At the moment, I'm working in medical sciences, and I'm also a filmmaker. So factual films. So I love tea, and I have already finished half of the teas that I got.
飲んでる。
So the workshop is just on time because otherwise I wouldn't have any tea to try. So,
ワークショップの前にもうい
so
ろい
and
ろ
I'm
あまりできなかった。
一緒や。
also really pleased that you organize these events. I think they're really, really interesting. This is the third one now. I've been in all of them, and it's really interesting to get to know you. So
すごく農家さんが楽しい。
あ、もうありがとう。
arigato.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. And then we have Sharimaya.
Hi, hello. I'm shy, so I'm not showing my face. I'm Shari from the Philippines, and I run my own milk tea shop. But I'm slowly getting into Japanese teas.
おう。
最近の日本茶興味がある。
うん。
I love sencha and gyokuro and matcha, so I'm very excited.
煎茶玉露と抹茶が好きで、
うん
今日すごく楽しみ。
あありがとう。
Sadly, the teas haven't arrived yet because of the logistics.
So
Because of
sorry.
the pandemic. But I'm thinking, I'm hoping, I think it will arrive in a few days.
まだお茶届いてないみたい。
ああ、そう。うん
So yeah, sorry, Sharia. We tried to send it a little bit earlier, but I checked today, and it seems it has been in Philippines already for several days. So yeah,
It's
we sad
okay.
it didn't.
I'm used to really slow logistics here in the Philippines.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So today we introduced them, and hopefully very soon you can try.
Yes,
Sorry,
I'm
you cannot
excited.
try.
I'm very excited.
Great. All right, and and one question. So right now we see some of you guys have your cameras on. Some of you have your cameras off. If you prefer to have it off, it's completely fine. But if you would like to show your face to Kenta-san, I think he would be glad to see, who you are. But if you are a little bit shy, don't worry, that's all right. And so we also have Alessia. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
So nice to see you. So just try to switch on my camera for a minute. Yeah,
Oh.
hello together. I'm from Germany. Yeah, so it's my first time to join this kind of event. Yeah, actually, originally I'm Russian, but I've been living in Germany for 15 years already. And I really love tea, trying all different kinds of teas from all around the world. So Japanese, Chinese teas, actually all kinds of teas. And I'm really excited to participate in this event. I've received my teas already. I think 1 week ago, so really on time. So I think German customs works very well. Yeah. So I just recently joined Japanese Tea Association 1 month ago. And so I'm completely new. It's a new world for me. And I'm really excited to, take part in this event.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome, and thank you so much for joining. Really excited to to meet you and to also have this event together. Right. Okay, so this is our team today, our group today. It seems one person was not able to make it. Maybe they will join us later, we will see. But for now, I think we are ready to get started. And we would like to start with making tea. So we have 2 teas today, and we want to try them together. And Kenta-san will share his suggested method for his own tea. So we can listen to Kenta-さん。お茶の入れ方から始めたらどうですか？
もうやりますか？
はい。I am going to turn the camera a little
まず
bit.
自分のお気に入りの茶器から。
Yes. So Kenta-san would like to explain a little bit, first of all, about the teaware he's using. He has a special taste for the teaware.
朝日焼き
This is Asahiyaki style teapot. Do you know Asahiyaki?
京都の焼き物ですね。
It's pottery style from Kyoto, from Uji.
と
Nice.
常滑焼き
And this is Tokoname style teapot.
茶こしがきっと特徴。
And you can see, hopefully the light is enough for you to see the filter inside. It's made out of clay. Oh, 1 second.
The same material as the pot, right?
It's the same material as the pot, but sometimes it can be made out of metal, but this time it's made out of clay, so it's quite special.
Yeah, I have a similar.
湯飲みも朝日焼きを使います。
And also the teacups are Asahiyaki style. Yeah.
この色が好きです。
So Kenta-san really likes this color.
So this is Kyoto, yeah?
京都。
Yeah.
宇治の焼き物ですね、これ。
From Uji.
From Uji, okay.
ことありますか？Asahiyaki の。
1回だけ。
一回。
大体これ買ってるのがオークションで買ってます。
So I asked Kenta-san if he has been to Asahiyaki kiln, and he said he has only been once, and how he gets the teaware is actually from auction.
もうこの形が売ってなくて古いやつなんで。
So this is actually an older shape. They don't sell this one anymore.
Oh.
じゃあ、いきますか。
So shall we start?
Yeah.
Okay.
まず、湯を冷ましますね。
What's
So
the
first of
temperature?
all, we want to cool down the water.
Temperature?
We have boiling water at our kettle, so we are just
100?
boiling 98, it says, but close to 100.
Okay, close to 100. So I have to push the.
So first of all, to
The right temperature for the tea?
Yes, so we want, Kenta-san is cooling the water down to get to the right temperature. We started with 98 degrees, and now we are cooling it down. So he first poured it into the teapot, and now in the cups.
It's because I can adjust the temperature of water in my kettle, so that's why I just wanted to ask which temperature I have to warm it.
何度ぐらいになるかな？
今とりあえず煎茶を入れようと思ってるんで、だいたい70から80度。
So first of all, we are going to make sencha, and recommended temperature for sencha would be between 70 and 80 degrees Celsius. So if you want to pour directly from the pot, this is what you can select. But Kenta-san is showing this traditional way of how to cool down the water from boiling temperature.
ちなみに1回移すと10度下がるっていう感じの説明をお願いします。
はい。 And maybe you know, or maybe it's going to be new, but the saying is that every time you move the water from one utensil to another, the temperature drops about 10 degrees. So when you move the water around and you count how many steps it has traveled, you can approximately know the temperature that you have at the end.
Yeah, I would like to run a real test on this sometime, and I think it depends on this, on the utensils you're using and everything. But
マイケ
okay.
ルちょっと、確認したい。それは本当かどうか。一回テストしてみたいと言って。
大体ね。
So maybe not very precise, but approximately, Martin.
Yeah, no, but it's very interesting. It's an interesting statement, and yeah, you have said it before, and I've seen it elsewhere. But I'm going to do some measurement at some point, and because it must also be related to the size of the cups and whatever. Anyway, I won't go ahead. Sorry.
多分茶碗とか
そうそう
大きさとか
全然違う。
そうマテリアルとか変わりない。
とあと今喋ってる置いたままにするけど置いとくとその分冷めるから。
And also Kenta-san is saying it's the time how much we leave it. So if you pour it once and directly out is one thing, but right now we are talking quite a lot, so it's cooling down even more.
No, definitely. The time is very important. Heat transfer. Okay.
So today we are brewing for 2 people. Kenta-san is saying, and he has added 6 grams of tea into the teapot. So now the water has cooled down, and we are pouring it over the tea leaves. Okay. And Kenta-san recommends to brew for 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yes.
Yeah.
ちょっといつもより冷ましたんで、ちょっと長めに。
So compared to usual, he thinks the water has cooled down a little more than normally. So we are going to brew it for just a little longer.
ちなみに待ってる間に、これわかりますか?
And while we wait, Kenta-san has a question for you. Do you know what this box is?
Yeah.
No answers, no tries.
No. Can it hold tea? Is it for rolling? He's a rolling expert, so.
よく知らないけど、お茶の揉むのためですか?
いや、これはお茶を入れる箱、茶箱。
So this box is called chabako, and it is for keeping the tea. So normally you would add the tea inside the box.
Okay,
Looks
so
like this.
it's metal inside?
昔はここにお茶をそのまま入れる。
So in the old days, in the past, people would put the tea leaves and keep in this box.
But the fully prepared tea leaves, right? Not
So もう製茶の茶葉ですね。生茶葉じゃないです。
生茶葉じゃない。
Yes, not green leaves, already processed leaves.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And one maybe extra detail is that they used these boxes and bigger size for export. And we're ready to pour.
入れます。
So please have a look how Kenta-san is pouring. A little bit in each cup and going back and forth. And please be patient with the tea. Kenta-san is saying that you should pour all the drops out to the last drop.
Is that what they call the golden drop?
で、この時に偏ったやつをちょっとこう
And you can
戻しとい
see
てあげる。
at the end, the leaves might gather around the filter. So just shake it a little bit that it falls back at the bottom of the pot.
で、ちょっと蓋をずらしておいて。
And then you can open the lid just a little bit and leave it like that until the next brew. Finally, I get to try it.
じゃあ、いただきます。
Let's try.
はい。
すごい。美味しい。
大体皆さん
美味しいです。
美味しい。
です。美味しいです。
何煎目まで飲まれるんですかね。
So, how many times do you normally brew the same tea leaf? Kenta-san would like to know.
3, 4 times.
How about the others? How about Alessia?
There are some kinds of tea like oolong, you can brew it up to 8 times, but normally green tea 3 times, more or less.
8回までできるけど、緑茶は3回かな。And how about Shari?
I prefer mine. I prefer brewing around 3 times, 2 to 3 times.
2, 3 times. 2、3回。
このお茶結構もうちょっと飲めると思う。
But this tea, Kenta-san is saying that you can brew actually a bit more than 2, 3 times. 何回ぐらいまで？
あんまり試してないけど5回ぐらいは。
Maybe even about 5 times, yeah.
で、2煎目の時は熱いお湯を入れるんやけど、2煎目は濃く出るんで、僕の場合はもう1個給水用意して、まあ湯飲みでもいいんやけど。
So we are now going to make the second brew. And when making the second brew, Kenta-san likes to use another kyusu. The leaves have been brewed once, so it's quite easy for the flavor to come out quite strongly. So that's how he's cooling down the water again a little bit.
だいたい10度ぐらい下がってるとイメージして。
And thinking that it has cooled down about 10 degrees, it's time to pour.
So now the water would be about 90 Celsius.
Roughly.
90. Is that right?
今90度ぐらいで入れます。
そうそうそう。
Yes.
Yeah. はい。
2煎目はもう。
Means for the second brew, you need a higher temperature, yeah, than for the first brew.
Yes. So Kenta-san said about 90 degrees, and you see it's very fast. So we didn't wait at all. Just pour it over the leaves and pour it out already.
Yeah. Because you get the leaves are open and then a higher temperature, so you really need nothing at all, really.
Please also enjoy the look of the tea leaves. They start to open and expand and become very fresh green. 茶葉もすごく綺麗。色見たらとか。Is it same for you? Okay.
2煎目が結構好き。濃いし。
So Kenta-san is saying the second brew. Oh, nice. The second brew is quite stronger. Oh, wow. Everyone has Japanese teapot. So Kenta-san was saying that he really likes the second brew because it tends to be a little stronger.
And で、これ以降は、冷ましてもいいし、冷凍でもいいし。
And after the second brew, it depends on your taste. You could brew it by cooling down the water the same way, or you could go directly with hot water. So it depends on what you like better. 玉露の準備。あれ、必要な方はそのピッチャーに出して。
いいでいい。
So you can keep on doing if you like, and then we can come back to here. So, インスタの方が開いた方がいいですね。OK。そうですね。そうですね。So we are going to share the screen now so you can see a little bit of the pictures. Actually, Kenta-san is really active on Instagram. So if you have not connected with him yet after today, you can definitely connect. So we are going to
Twitter as well? No? Twitter? No?
Twitter? Twitter 使いますか Twitter? Twitter? そう、インスタ見たいけど、文章の方が多くて、写真より。別のアプリ。Twitter?
Okay, not on
doesn't
Twitter.
know.
Okay.
Sorry, we don't know. Kenta-san heard about it for the first time. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so this is Kenta-san's page, Hosoi Noen. Okay. So this is his tea farm's name, and you can see he has a lot of followers. And then, どっちから行きましょうか。
でもいいよ。
あれ、このお茶映ってる茶畑も言ってたよね。We are trying to find a picture where you could see this farm.
ああ、それ玉
これ
露。
あ、玉露、後で。そっか。
まあま
じゃ
あ、
どこが
煎茶はアカウントの写真もそうやけどな。
あ、これ。
これそうやけど。
ああ、まあどっちか開きましょうか。
まあここもそうやけど。
こっちも。So the picture we are showing now is actually where the sencha has been made. So this is his tea farm. ここわずか映ってるよね。
そうそう。
And you can also see Wazuka town quite nicely from the tea field. So, 面積はどれぐらい？
全部で400。
Is that like in the distance and under the hills?
So the tea farm is here in front,
Yeah.
and then the town is in the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I just asked Kenta-san, he said he manages about 4 hectares of tea farm. So, let us check some.
今またちょっと増えたかな。
あ、そう。今最近？
そう。やめたから。
And actually, Kenta-san is saying that his farm just expanded recently because there are some farmers that are actually stopping farming.
So he took over fields from other people.
他の農家さんの
そう。
使うように。Yes.
Yes.
Are they adjacent to his farm or?
ちょっと今年が安かったんで。もう畑がやっぱり傾斜がきついから。
Sorry, Martin, I was asking like who were the farmers, and Kenta-san is saying that some of them were elderly farmers who couldn't continue farming because of the age, and some of them were the farmers that could not sell the tea, or the price was too low for them to sell the tea this year, and they decided to stop farming.
Okay. Wow. And are they adjacent to his own farm? Or the fields, are they adjacent to his own fields, or does he have to go, are they like in different places?
Good question. 最近増えた茶畑は、みんなまとめてる場所ですか？あちこちも。
あちこち。
They are actually spread out quite far. So if the map works for us, we can actually have a look at Wazuka town and show where, actually, yes. So we are in Wazuka town, and we can show where the tea fields are. So let's see if it's a little bit the internet if doesn't betray us. Okay, one moment, still loading. それ、一番距離はどれぐらいですか？何分かかると、例えば車で。一番遠いところ。
いや、でも、20分ぐらい。
20分。So the farms are a little bit spread out, and the most far one is about 20-minute drive.
Okay.
I think we have a lot of things turned on right now, so it's a little bit slow,
Okay.
but let's give it a try. So now we are zooming out to see where we are in Japan. So you can see these areas that have a lot of dots and sorry, lots of hearts. This is actually my map, so I'm slightly embarrassed now to show you all my my markings. But yeah, we are now inside Japan map, and just here in the center we have Kyoto. So Kyoto prefecture and neighboring prefectures like Osaka and Hyogo, Kobe, yes, Nara. And where the red dot is, this is Wazuka town. So let's zoom in again. So it is quite separated from Kyoto city, about 1 hour drive. Okay. で、健太さんの茶畑はこの辺りでしたっけ？この辺り。Okay. Let's see if we can change the satellite view. So you can see lots of mountains around, and Wazuka town is inside the mountains. And now just on the sides of the mountains, we can start to see the tea fields. So these little stripy plots are the tea fields. And Kenta-san's field is this area. This is where he manages. Let's have a
So
look.
he's looking west, northwest. His fields are oriented northwest, the hill slope.
The sides change a little bit because it's quite hilly. So some sides might be facing more to the west, and some side might be facing more to the east. そっか、この辺りよね。で、煎茶はこれ？煎茶はこれ。And so this is the plot of the tea field from which the sencha comes, the one you're tasting right now.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, so this one, just a little bit from the, this area.
Okay, fantastic.
And all of this area, all of this area is the area that Kenta-san manages, and actually all the way to here. Most of this field. and here he's also saying, so kind of this almost whole of this mountain is where Kenta-san farms the tea. Okay. So later we come back to the other tea that is Gyokuro. And the Gyokuro is the one we will be tasting later is here and here. Those two plots where Kenta-san makes Gyokuro. Maybe you can see a little bit of black stripes. These are the shelves that hold the shading for
I was
Gyokuro.
going to ask because that looks like the shading.
Yeah.
The other field doesn't have shading in this image. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's shaded and covered just before the harvest.
Yeah.
For Gyokuro, Kenta-san shades over 20 days.
Okay. 20 days. Right.
So it depends a little bit on the kind of tea. For Gyokuro, it's quite long. Sencha wa mata
Mm, かぶせない。
And the sencha you are tasting is completely non-shaded, so just open to the sun. Okay.
Yeah. And so he's also doing matcha, right? Is he also?
Matcha mo.
Oh,
Matcha
he's
mo.
also. I missed that bit. I was.
Yes. So
Yes.
traditionally, the farming was more for the leaf tea, so gyokura and sencha, but recently also matcha. Matcha wa kotoshi kara.
今年からやね。うん。
So actually from just this year, Kenta-san started making.
First time. Ah.
聞いたんだね。これ天茶、抹茶の原料。
It looks great.
So this is tencha, the material from which matcha is made. This is the leaf. Yeah.
And does he also shade it for like 20 days or more? Or?
天茶も20日。
うん、20日以上やけど、ここは30日かかってる。
So yes, it should be over 20 days, and for this specific one, it was around 30 days.
Okay.
うん。そうがそうがあるけどね。もうちょっと下行ったら。
もうちょっと下行って。
これがそうやな。
この上。
これが天茶の畑やね。
So this is also the tencha field. You can see how the shoots look when they are before harvesting. 春の時ですね、これ。
一番茶。
So, you can see this is the spring tea leaves, first flush. Okay.
How many people work does he have working for him, or does he hire people when it is harvest time? How does he operate?
細いのは何人
働いてる家族だけ。
あとバイトとか宿泊の時。
工場には人がいるけど、普通は家族だけ。
家族はお父さん、お母さん、健太さんと奥さん。So for farming and harvesting, it is only the family. So it's his father, his mother, Kenta-san, and his wife. The four of them.
4 people.
Yeah, and for the factory, they have some help. Some workers come to help.
Okay. Because I assume that for the harvesting, of course, he does with a machine, obviously.
Yeah.
You can't deal by hand. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
So.
So for harvesting is a machine, and now we have a few images from the factory.
茶刈りの機械映ってると思うけど。
見てみよう。So this is inside the factory, and we can see also a little bit late at night, quite dark.
誰もいなくなった。
So no one's here, just the cameraman. So everyone is already back, and these machines are for straightening the leaf. And we are trying to see, Kenta-san is saying there was a harvesting machine, a picture of harvesting machine. So, この上のやつ?
いや、もうずっと見たかもしれない。どっかで。
So, quite a lot of pictures. I think some of them we probably will leave you to look at later on. I just caught attention of this one. Sorry, I'm a cat lover. Some neighbor cat that comes to play at the tea field.
Catching bugs.
そうですね。Okay. ないかな? Well, there are some pictures from the events, and I think I have a couple also from the field and the farm, so I can also show you a little bit as well. ちょっとピックアップして写真も載せて。So this is when we went to visit Kenta-san's tea farm in autumn. So what you can see from here up to the top is his tea farm. I cannot. So drone で。
懐かしい。 そうや
玉露の前のやつ。あ、そっか、これ。
一緒。
So we will show you also of the activities, but let me show you first also of the factory. So this is from the time we held courses in Wazuka town. So Kenta-san is actually one of our teachers. He teaches about tea production and also especially tea rolling by hand. So we will share a little bit of that. これ、その日の量ですか？
その日の、買ってきたお茶の
買ってきた。
名やね。
So you can see there's a board that it's the numbers are a little small, but this is where they calculate how much tea is being brought in the factory on that day. So this was about 463 kilograms.
That's not a. We don't see the picture of the board. I think.
You cannot see it?
No, I see just the Instagram page.
Sorry. I thought I
Alright.
was showing you. One more moment. I tried to open
I
it.
don't know if other people can see something else than me, but
In the Instagram page.
This is sorry, not this one. How about now?
no.
No.
We continue to see the Instagram page.
Okay, one second.
Maybe because you're sharing just that one application. Maybe you're just sharing your
You're
browser.
correct. I'm sorry. I
need to
will share
share
now
the
the picture.
You need to share. There we go. Now we have. Oh yeah. Okay.
Sorry, please let us know. So we are in the factory, and here we have the board where they calculate the tea. So actually, Kenta-san's factory processes more tea than his own. 何がお茶もてくれる
What's that? He produces more tea than
15件ぐらいあったか
his own.
Than his own. So actually, about 15 other farmers bring their tea for him to process.
Okay. Okay.
最初から共同工場でしたよね。
な。最初共同をやって、
で、
今一人。
やめて。
そうそうそう。
So when this factory was built, it was built as a cooperative factory. So several farmers shared it together, but then others kind of dropped out. So Kenta-san's family took over the management of the factory, but they are still processing the tea for other farmers if they request.
Okay. So he makes a bit of the Kenta makes a bit of money out of that as well, I assume. Sort of, or is that the farmers pay? Do the farmers pay to have the tea processed at the factory?
そうそうそうそう。そっちの方が。
Yes.
Yeah, no, but it's business.
その代わり寝る時間がめちゃくちゃ少なくなる。
But because of that, the amount of sleep he can have is much shorter. Much smaller.
Hey.
You know, the tea cannot wait, it's growing.
No, of course, yeah, of course.
So, sorry, today we're having a little bit of trouble with this technology. I'm trying to share more pictures to you, but
No, we just get your full view back.
yes, I'll try to turn on again. Okay.
Oh yeah, now we get the picture.
これ
蒸し器やけどちょっと外れてる。
あ、そっか。
掃除してるところ。
これ so this is
ボイラー。
this is the inside the factory. So we are now closer to the machines, and there's a boiler on the left side. And this big machine is a part of the steaming machine. So this is where the tea leaves are loaded into the steamer.
So I see a big cylinder on the top of the machine. Is that to flatten the leaves, I assume, or?
これ
でそこは風を送ってる。
風。
蒸したやつを冷ますところ。
So this is not to flatten the leaves. That comes later. The one you were asking about. It's basically the connector with the air blower that helps to blow the leaves to the next machine.
I see.
Okay. Can you see the next picture? Or not yet?
Yes.
The lady with the white hair, yes, in the
Yes.
foreground.
Well, more about the machine in the center.
But I mean, that's the next picture.
Yes.
To identify it.
So, これ
操縦機。
Sojuki.
うん。
So this machine is called Sojuki.
ここから揉み込みが始まる。
So from here we start the tea rolling. It's rotating inside, and you can see these pedals that are pushing the tea to the side of the wall. And you can actually see Kenta-san looking at the machine. And we can see the back. Okay. And just a moment. I'm trying to get better with the sharing, but it seems really tricky on me today. So these, you can see again, sorry, it's a group of people, it's from our visit, but the machines on the side
これが製重機。
are called Seijuki,
これで針みたいにする。入れる。
and these are used for making the shape of the tea. So basically, this is the straightening step, Martin, that you asked about.
Okay, great. Yeah, I noticed the leaves that I got here in the bags are extremely pointy. They're very needle-like. So
Also, please notice and have a look at how thin these leaves are. This is
yes,
the mastery of Kenta-san. So, yeah, so to roll it so thinly is a high skill.
but so the leaves that we have here, were they processed only were they processed only through the machines or also rolled manually or?
この届いた茶葉は、全部機械で作ってた茶葉か手で揉んだ。So these machines are actually these teas are made by machine, not by hand.
Okay.
But
Okay.
since you asked, let's show again. So this picture I took. I'm proud, and this is Kenta-san rolling the tea.
Yeah.
今の手もみ保存会ってケンタさんというアレンジマネジメントですよね。
あ、アレンジマネジメント。
なんていう社長？
会長？
会長。
アレンジマネジメント。
ごめんなさい。
いやいやいや。
So actually, Kenta-san is the leader of the Wazuka Tea Rolling Association. Yes. So 今何人ぐらい
20人ぐらい。
The group is about 20 people of the tea farmers who want to preserve the tea rolling tradition in Wazuka. And I am also part of the group.
So does it work like karate do? You have a belt system. You go better and get a black belt tea rolling, or?
空手みたいあれベッドとか。
一応ある資格。
Yes, there is a system like a belt.
これあれやな。優勝した時のやつ。
そうです。それ見せたい。
さすが。準備がいいね。
And here we can also see Kenta-san on the side rolling the leaves, but this picture is actually a little bit special because this was the national tea rolling contest 2 years ago in Yame, and this team, these three men from Wazuka, these free farmers, actually won the first place in Japan. So out of over 30 teams, they became number one.
そう。
どういう気持ちですか？
やっと優勝できたって感じだけどね。
And I asked Kenta-san how he was feeling, and he said, "At last we could get it. At last we could become number one." もう20年ぐらいトライして。
そうそうそうそう。
About since the start of the tea rolling association about 20 years ago, they have been trying every year, and this was finally when they succeeded.
いつも2位か3位とかその辺やったから。
So, actually, all the time they are very high in the ranking, number 2, number 3, but this was the time to get number 1.
Excellent. Congratulations with that. That's two years ago. Yeah.
So, 2年前ですね。
2年前。
Yes, 2 years ago.
So at what time of the year is this? Is this always the same time of the year? The event, I mean the.
これはいつですか？毎年同じ時期
11月。
Yeah, so usually every November. 今年
今年ない。
も
中止。
決めた。And I asked about this year. I was really hoping to go because actually, unlike other teams of other places, Wazuka comes with a big supporting group. So only 3 farmers are rolling, but another 10 people from the group are coming to cheer. So whenever we can, we all go. But this year, unfortunately, it has been canceled. So no contest this year.
優勝してしまったから譲るっていうか、僕は出てない。
そっか、優勝になったから。
そうそうそう。
So and because now Kenta-san has been at the top and he's leading the group, he wants to let the younger farmers to try their hand. So actually, in the last few years, he is not participating so much.
まだ出ないけどね。
But he wants to go again.
Yes, of course. So I'm sorry to ask so many questions, and I don't want to
actually
take time with other people.
Yes, let's ask. How about Alessia and Shari? Do any of you have any questions?
None so far.
Okay.
Then, if I may,
Quite exciting.
Okay. Yes, Martin.
Sorry about it. So how long? So the competition goes on, and the team is working. How long does it take to get to a resulting, to a point where you have a result? Is it an hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes?
このイベント自体でどれぐらい時間がかかりますか？最初揉み始めたから最後まで。
乾燥してできるまで4時間。
4時間。So from starting to roll until drying, it takes about 4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do all the teams then roll at the same time, I assume? Everybody's on their table and they're rolling, and then at the end, the 4 hours, the judge comes and
このイベントでもうみんな同時に他のチームも同時にするよね。Yeah, so all roll together. もう最後はジャッジなんて決める人はどうやって決める？その優勝。
審査員がいっぱいいて、そのできたお茶だけを見て、で名前は書いてない状態で。
So about the evaluation, how it's actually decided, Kenta-san is explaining that once the tea is finished, the judges come to evaluate, but they actually don't know which team made which tea, so all the names are removed. Yeah.
so
they
it's
only
really
look at
unanimous.
the leaves.
Yeah. So no bias.
お茶葉の見た目で味
そう
項目なんだったっけ？
外観
見た目。
形状ね。形状、色卓、色。
So what they evaluate is first of all visual appearance, so how the leaves look, the shape, color, and also それ入れた後香りと味ね。And after it is brewed, they evaluate also the aroma and the taste. So first of all, the visual appearance of the leaf, and then the experience of the brew, the aroma and the taste.
Oh, so because I was wondering about that actually, because I've been brewing this for a couple of days now because I had it, and I noticed that it's a bit different from other senchas because it needs for more time and everything. So how does the rolling sort of affect the taste in a way?
もう一点は他の戦車ちょっと試すことがあって、でこの戦車はなんか違い感じてた。ちょっとゆっくりで味が出て何回も味できる。でその揉み方による何が変わる、味とかのところ何が
いや、何もかも変わる。この大会でも同じ目で揉んでやるけど、できるお茶は全部全く違う。
So actually everything changes. In this contest, for example, everyone gets the same kind of leaves from the same batch, but at the end the result of every team is very different. So just by what the people are doing, by how they are rolling, the end result is very different.
Wow, interesting.
何がキーポイントですか？何が気がついた方がいいとか。
そのお茶の状態を把握する手で、今どういう状態かっていうのをどうしてほしいかっていう、難しいな。ちなみに機械で揉む時かて、僕が揉む時と親父が揉んだではお茶が違うから。
So I asked Kenta-san, sorry, it's a little bit of a lot of Japanese, but I wanted to know what are the important things, what do the farmers look at? And so he said that by touching by hand, you can feel the tea, and by feeling it, you can imagine how to make it, how to proceed. So by touching, you can feel the texture, you can feel the moisture and everything. And then, depending on the person, both by hand rolling, but also by producing in the factory, the tea will be different. So he says when Kenta-san makes tea and when his father makes tea in the factory, those teas are different from each other. 何が違いますか、お父さんのお茶と。
個人的に自分の方が細くて、それこそシャープ。リボンみたいのが好きやから。
So Kenta-san really likes to make thin and pointy tea leaves, like you, Martin, also noticed. And so he thinks he can do that better than his dad.
Very good, very good.
Okay, so I think since we talked quite a lot about the tea, we can roll back to the tea leaves. So we have the second tea to make, that is gyokuro.
I need to empty this pot first, so I'll be back in a bit. Yeah.
ちょっと掃除する。Okay. So let us go back to our screen. ごめんなさい。
事前にお湯は冷ましておきました。
So actually, Kenta-san has been preparing a little bit, and he has been cooling down the water.
50度より下やね。
So he recommends 50 or under, maybe between 40 and 50 degrees Celsius.
いいのかな？片付けてる。
So,
さ
are
っき
you
よりお
ready?
茶の葉っぱを増やそうかな。
So compared to the first brew, this time we are going to increase the amount of tea.
皆さんは玉露は普段飲まれるんか
Kenta-san is asking you, all of you, do you drink gyokuro normally? Have you tried gyokuro before?
Yeah.
Everyone? Okay.
Yeah, I have tried it a couple of times.
Okay. Do you know where it is from? The one you tried? Where did you find it? Did you find it directly in Japan or in your own country?
I bought mine from a tea merchant. I think it was Ogura Gyokuro.
Ogura Gyokuro. Okay.
おお、ほら、玉露すげえ。
有名？
宇治の方ぐらい。
あ、宇治。
うんわずかに上。
So very famous tea farm. Kenta-san knows it well, and it seems they are in Uji.
Oh,
And,
so it's a tea farm?
あの
I didn't know. I just thought it was a name for the gyokuro.
So I think it's the name of the producer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we would need to see the package to tell for sure, but I think Kenta-san recognizes the producer's name.
Mm.
Okay.
So we take boiling water again and leave it to
No.
cool.
Oh, so if you have boiling water, you would need to cool it down quite a bit. This time we are going to be using 40 to 50 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
で、
Yes.
冷ましたお湯をどうしようかな。ちょっと茶葉よりちょっと上ぐらいまでできる？
ちょっと茶葉の上。
うん。茶葉
So
の
this time actually we're not going to use so much
浸かるぐらい。
water. So just to cover the tea leaves, if you can see, so not completely full teapot, just above the tea leaves.
どうしようかな。3分ぐらいでしょうかな。
And brewing time is 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Mhm.
冷ましたからね。
Because we cool down it a lot.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
厚めやったらちょっと短めにしてもらう。
If you have hotter water, you can do a little bit faster, a shorter time.
そう。で、個人的にはこの開いていくところを見てるのが好き。
わかる。Maybe you're used to making tea with a closed lid, but Kenta-san says he really likes to leave the lid open and to actually look how the tea leaves are expanding and opening inside.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Very meditative.
だからさ
All right.
3分より早くするかもしれない。
So it
状態
might.
で。
So actually, by looking at the leaves, you can tell the condition, how rich the brew is, and maybe it's going to be faster than 3 minutes, can't I say?
お茶って毎回入れるたびに味が違うことがあると思うんやけど、非常に難しい。
So every time you brew tea, the taste might be different from each other. There are so many things that contribute to it. How much time, how much water, how much leaves you use. So it's actually quite hard to give, one kind of prescription of how to brew tea.
やっぱり2分ですよ。
Actually, we are changing 2 minutes.
それぐらいがいいわ。
Yeah, about 2 minutes seems right for gyokuro. Okay, time to pour.
手探りでやってるから。チーンって。これも最後までしっかり。
And also, like before, like Sencha, we want to draw all the drops out of the teapot. Oh, finally! Wow! すごい! Oh.
多いね。
Quite a lot. Martin, you will have a full cup.
Yes. Well, I actually put in half this. So it's the first time I'm doing it just a little bit. I've been brewing it with using a full cup, but now do a half cup. So
It might be a bit different experience.
Yes, I think so. Kind of interesting, really. Ooh, strong. Strong umami, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you feel it?
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
うおそう眠くなった時とか、ちょっとこ
This is a good wake-up cup if you get a little
Yes.
sleepy.
う。うん。
Yeah, I drink matcha in the morning, but
うん。
this is also quite strong.
ああ、なるほど。
This is nice, actually. Let's try that again.
濃いの苦手な人は、もう湯を増やして、薄めにしてもらって。
And if you find it too strong or too rich, you can always use more water. So then it's a little bit more diluted.
Yeah.
日本人でも最近は玉露が苦手な人が多い。
Even among Japanese people, recently there are lots of people who have a little bit of difficulty with enjoying gyokuro.
Yeah, the umami taste can be really overwhelming. It's even different from matcha. Matcha is more like a, how to say, for me at least, right? It's sort of like it hits you. This is more like it sort of
It captures you.
it captures you. It's different. Yeah, I mean that's my personal.
抹茶と違って、玉露と抹茶の旨味違ってて、抹茶はさっと来て、なんか消えるけど、玉露も長く残る。
Matcha is more boom. And this is more. This is more. Yeah, this is yeah. I think.
うちの抹茶はもう濃いよ。
Kenta-san's matcha is actually also really rich, really strong.
Okay. Oh, I would like to try.
また今度。
So next time, please try.
Yeah. Can we buy online in a shop or?
抹茶買うことできますか？
So I have the same question. If we want to purchase more, how do we purchase?
Sherry is also asking, ごめんなさい。Sherry はお茶買いたかったらどうすればいいですか？同じ質問。
今は売ってなくて、まあ準備中というか、私も何頼んだら。
So right now, Kenta-san has not been selling directly, so he is actually preparing. So right now, if you get interested or want to get some more, you can contact us. We can arrange it. Yeah.
Okay, great. I will. I want to try matcha from you.
抹茶試してみたい。
Send it over.
ここ送るの。
Send me the invoice.
So Martin, you might get an elbow punch from the
Yeah. That's good. Good morning, punch. Yes.
2戦目
Just would like to say that I've tried Gokuro a couple of times, but it's the best one, which I tried. Right, yeah. So yours, it's you cannot compare it with the ones I got in the tea shops. So here in Europe, so it's really completely different taste. So the quality, yeah, it's unique. So for me, it's a completely new experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. Let me translate. I'm sure Kenta-san will be happy. レシアは今までいろんな玉露飲んだことあって、でもケンタさんのは一番です。すごく美味しい。
Thank you.
And the same with sencha, because I know sencha, it has a different color. Because your sencha, it has a dark green color. So the ones I found here in the shops, it has a different color. It's much lighter. And so it's had a very much flatter taste in comparison here. So this kind of sencha, I think you cannot find it here in any tea shops. Yeah. So for me, it's really, the quality which I've experienced with your tea is, very good.
Amazing, thank you. ベンチャーも同じこと向こうのティーショップと比べたら向こうの煎茶とかは色は全然薄くて黄緑みたいなでもケンタさんのすごく濃い緑で
What is the reason why the tea, so sencha we find here in the shops, it looks completely different, yeah? So it has a bigger shape and a very different color, I would say. So much lighter in color. So is it the difference in the quality grade or is the processing difference? What is the reason for it?
Let me ask first Kenta-san, and then we can add some comments from what we know. 向こうの、ドイツの店で、煎茶買う時で色も黄緑で、茶葉も大きくて、でなんでケンタさんみたいなお茶は向こうで販売してないで、どんなところでそういう違う煎茶になる、それは何か季節とか製造とか、どういうところでこの違いその大きくなる。
多分向こうで売ろうと思うと高くなるからじゃないかな。
So Kenta-san is thinking that if the tea sellers try to sell the tea like his over there abroad, the price might be really high, so might be a little bit too high for local people.
そう、多分ね、シモラは普通に売ってるけど、向こう行くまでにお茶屋さんが間に入るから、すごく高くなってるから、安いお茶だけ輸出に行くっていうか、勇気とか。
そうね。So Kenta-san's tea is really, I would say, prized and appreciated in Japan. So he has quite a strong name, and yeah. So if his tea would be sold, there probably would be some other companies coming in, like traders or wholesalers, and everyone would want to get a cut, and everyone would add their marking on top, so the final price might be really quite high. That's why connecting maybe directly to the tea farmer is a better option, we think. And その違いのところはどこから違い出てますか？例えば黄緑大きい葉っぱになったらそれ、季節メインですか？揉み方の問題。
そもそも多分栽培から違うと思う。畑から違うのと刈るタイミングも違うのと、何もかも違うと思う。
So yeah, so the teas that reach abroad, and Alessia, you said you're in Germany, right? So that reach Germany and other countries are normally probably a little bit lower in grade, a bit cheaper teas. And I asked also Kenta-san your question, what is the difference between the teas found abroad and the teas like his? Kenta-san says that the first difference is already in the tea farm. So how the tea is grown, how the farm is cared and attended.
あとはあれやね、輸出の関係で多分農薬の絡みとかそういうのもあれやと思うけど。
So there might be also how to say what substances are used, what fertilizers are used, and so on. And maybe the ones, for export, they might choose different options, or there might be some regulations about it as well.
細かく言うと難しい話するとあれやけど、なんていうかな、日本で評価されないとか、日本で高く買ってもらえなかった人はどっちかっていうとじゃあ輸出しようかなとか、海外向けに作ろうとする人が多いかな。だからうちはお茶屋さんがもう買ってくれてるから、わざわざ海外に売る必要がないというか、っていう状態。
So in Japan, the tea farmers that already have a good recognition and can sell the tea to the tea shops in Japan, they maybe are not so concerned and don't think about selling abroad so much because they already have a customer base. But the farmers that struggle to sell in Japan, or maybe the ones that get a little bit lower valuation from the buyers in Japan, they look for other opportunities, like selling abroad becomes one of the options Kenta-san is thinking. でもケンタさんは海外の方、自分のお茶楽しむって興味はありますか？
こんなお茶もあるんやでっていうのは知ってもらいたいよね、世界に。ちゃんとしたやつ。結構海外から来られて、全然違うってみんなが言うから、わずかに来てね、みんな言う。
And Kenta-san is saying that for him, he really wants to show the people around the world what Japanese tea is like and what it's supposed to be like, because he gets some visitors from abroad and everyone is telling him that his tea is so different from what they have tried. So he really wants the people to be able to try his tea or the tea like his, so they can feel this higher grade side of Japanese tea.
Well, it's definitely true that, you know, these kind of tastes, so Alicia is saying, it's hard to find in a shop around in Europe. And I've been trying, of course, these teas and other teas that you have been sending for the other farmers, and you can't find it here. It's just not findable. You just have to come straight from the field to your cup. It's different. It's great. I mean.
同じこと言ってたの、向こうでそういうお茶全然買うことできなくて、でここで茶農家さんのお茶直接に送るとすごく楽しい向こうで楽しめないお茶いただくみたいな。
日本でも何年か前までその美味しい紅茶とかってなかなか手に入らなかったし、
おいしい。
自分が子供の頃は紅茶ってティーバッグしか知らなかったし、で中国とか台湾のお茶も今美味しいの飲めるけど、前は美味しくないもんやと思って、
紅茶に
ボロいのしかなかったから。
So, and talking about other teas like black tea, Kenta-san is saying like back years ago, they couldn't also have good tea here, like for example from Taiwan or China where they make black tea. Here in Japan they would only get tea bags. So I think it's maybe a situation like that is all around the world. The countries that make it don't always send it out. Their best teas.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
砂糖とかミルク入れやな飲めへんかったっていうか、今ストレートで全然いけるし、多分海外の人が煎茶に砂糖入れたりミルク入れたりする同じやと思う。
So what Kenta-san is saying that in his childhood he could only drink black tea adding sugar and milk, but now black tea also made in Japan and also imported he can drink directly. So he also thinks that maybe it's the same with sencha, that people abroad add a lot, you know, have the more simple lower grade sencha and then add a lot of things into it, sugar or milk or things, and don't actually have the chance to enjoy the good taste of sencha.
Yeah. The problem is if you start drinking these kind of high quality teas, the real teas, then you can't drink the other stuff anymore. So you have to keep getting it from you.
You got trapped, Martin.
I got trapped. It's a good trap. Don't get me out of it.
マイトンはこういうケンタさんのお茶みたいな経験があれば、向こうのあるお茶も興味なくなる。あまり飲みたくなる。飲みたくはなくなる。
そうそうそう。知ってほしいよね。
So please know the tea by the tea farmers made by Kenta-san. あともう一戦目いらますか？もうちょっと最後にしましょうか。
次熱く触っていこうか。
So maybe the last brew, I think we are again over time. Somehow we only schedule 1 hour and we always run over.
Whoa.
So getting quite late in Japan. So we are going to make one last brew. If you still have some questions or some comments, just shoot them in.
Actually, I wanted to ask, Kenta-san briefly said that Japanese people are not used anymore to gyokuro taste. Does he notice many people drink less gyokuro than before, or?
前ケンタさんは今の、日本の人はその玉露苦手な人が多くなってて、でそれで玉露飲む人少なくなること感じてますか？
感じてる。やしちゃんとした玉露を知らない人も多い。まあ煎茶も何もかんだけど、今はだから日本自体が飲む習慣がちょっと失われてたというか減ってきてたから、今また好きな人が増えてきてる。
Yeah, so he also feels that the number of people drinking gyokuro has decreased. But actually that's similar for a lot of other Japanese teas, loose leaf teas. It's kind of has been struggling for the last years, but now Kenta-san thinks that maybe there's a rebound again. So there's a slight increase into the people who are interested in good Japanese teas.
ちなみにうちの父は毎日コーヒー飲んでるよ。お茶飲まずにっていう。
And one example is Kenta-san's father. Even if he's a tea farmer, actually every day he drinks coffee, not tea.
What? That's not possible.
無理。
その世代わかるかな、日本の経済が成長した時期の50代、60代の人らはお茶よりコーヒー。
ああ、そっか、そういうの時で、
おしゃれ。
おしゃれ。The reason is because around that time, maybe 50, 60 years ago, when Japan was doing well economically, coffee was getting really trendy and was seen as fashionable. So a lot of people started drinking more coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
今だからこうやって日本人でも若い子とかむしろ、ね、海外からブームに来るのもあるし、今また広がってるかなっていう気がするね。
Yeah, so at that time the Japanese tea started struggling and it lasted for some time. But now some young people are getting interested and also people from abroad are getting really interested. So Kenta-san sees the light at the end of the tunnel.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's a bit of a comeback in general worldwide of anything that is like, you know, more high quality, like tea, beer, you know, all these other things. They become more, people start to get more interested in the locally produced, the high quality stuff. I think in general.
お茶を含めた他のもの、ビールとか、その地域で作ったもの、興味がある人増える。だから、大きい工場じゃなくて、その、スモールバッチとか。Yeah, that's true, Martin. I believe so too. Okay, so I think we are hopeful, and today, especially that we have all of you together, we see that Japanese tea is popular all around the world. So yeah, I think we have a chance.
Thank you very much. It was really exciting.
Thank you, Alessia.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. Nice to meet you, and hopefully see you all back.
Yes.
Felicia,
Likewise.
you have to participate. Yes.
So just a last word from Kenta-san, and then I will also a small announcement about the future events. So 最後の何がメッセージとか一言。
まあ僕がまずお茶飲むのが大好きなんで、どこのお茶とか関係なくいろんなお茶飲んでるんですけど、どんどん世界中のお茶を、日本のお茶でも産地によってまた全然違うんで、ぜひいろんなお茶を飲んでください。で、違いを楽しんでください。
So Kenta-san says he really loves drinking tea, and it doesn't really matter where from he drinks all kinds of teas. And he also wishes the same for you. Just try more tea from different regions and enjoy the differences of those teas.
どうもありがとう。
ありがとう。
ありがとう。Thank you. Thank you, Kenta-san. And thank you everyone for joining today. So it was really exciting to have you and to talk about tea, to taste tea together. So this was our third event in this series, Meet the Tea Farmer. We haven't scheduled yet, but we have a tea farmer for next month. At the end of October, we are going to invite a tea farmer from Yame. His name is Kurihara, and he also makes gyokuro and other high-grade teas. So we are hoping to also introduce them. And if you have time, please join. We will announce the details probably end of this week, beginning of next week. So please check the website again. Okay.
Okay, thank
Excellent.
you.
Thank you so much.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.